In the previous video we created our fixtures template, as well as creating a custom element within our Polymer framework so that we can actually manipulate it very easily. So obviously after a fixture has been played, we're going to want to know what the result of that fixture was. And so in this section we're going to look at creating a results template, as well as a results element within our framework. So within our SQL database, we're actually going to create two views to help us do this. Because we don't actually record the results of each game at the moment, the first view is actually going to help us by telling us what the result for each game was. We're then going to create a second view, which is going to be our output view, which is going to be in the format that we're going to want specifically for our results page. The first view is also going to be used in other parts of our website, such as the actual league table, which is why we need to split it out. Because obviously we're going to have different pieces of information within each different section. So to begin our first view, we're going to select a whole bunch of details. First off, the fixture ID. Then the home team name, the home team ID, the home score as home goals for, and then we're going to have a case statement. So when the home score is greater than the away score, we're going to assign 3 points. When the away score is greater than the home score, then we will assign 0 points. Otherwise, the scores will be equal, and we will assign 1 point. And we're going to call that home points. We're then going to basically copy every single thing here and change home to away. In fact, for this section we can just flip these arrows around. And we're going to set all of this data from subquery. This subquery is going to select the fixture ID, the home team name, the home team ID. Then we're going to have another nested query, and this time we're going to select the count from goal scorer, where fixture ID is equal to fixture ID and team ID is equal to the home team ID. And all of this is going to be called the home score. So you can see here that we're going to basically cycle through all of our elements within our fixture ID, which we're going to create in a moment. Count how many goals were scored in each specific game, and then assign points based on that. So the next thing we do is copy the home score section and repeat it for the away team. And all of this is going to be from fixture fix. So you can see that this is quite a complex query as it is, but if we run this, and you can see that we're going to get this error. We actually need to name this derived table just to give it an alias so that we can refer to it properly. So because we've already used fix, I'm just going to use f. And then every element which is going to be specifically from this table just needs to be referred to from there, which is only 3 of them, so it's quick and easy to change. So if we run this again now, we can see that we're going to get this. So for fixture ID 1, the home team ID is 1. The home team scored 2 goals and was awarded 2 points. For fixture ID 1, the away team ID was 2. They also scored 2 points and they also were assigned 1 point. So from here we're obviously able to understand things like who won the game by comparing the goals scored. We're also obviously able to determine how many points are awarded to each team. So I'm going to save this. As a view called results_raw. So if we execute this now, unfortunately, as you can see, we're getting this error saying that MySQL won't allow us to have a select within our from statement. And so we're going to actually need to create a third view to actually execute this properly. So I'm going to cut this. And we're going to call this raw_1. We're then going to pull the information back into our table. And we're going to do away with these F's. So now if we select everything from results raw, we're going to get the same result. As I say, we've had to spread this out over multiple views, which is unfortunate because it seems unnecessary, but that's just the way that MySQL works. So now that we have this table, we can join it together with our team table to actually return a result that's going to be useful for us. So to basically build on this one, we're basically going to select the team name, as home team name, we're going to select the away team name. We're going to also include the fixture ID, just for reference. We're not really going to use this in much detail, but it will allow us to refer back to the fixture later on. We're also going to show the home goals for, the away goals for, and And we're going to join this together with team tables. And we're going to do this for both the home and the away team. And this is the home team ID, not just team ID. And this is the away team ID. So if we try to execute this query now, it's going to give us the information that we want. We're going to want to do this in the fixture ID order. And we're also going to want the date of each of these fixtures, as well as the time, so that when we actually output them, they're going to be in some sort of meaningful order. So we're just going to inner join fixture. Oh, sorry. Yes, the fixtures on fixture ID. Is equal to fixture ID. And because we're going to output the date and time, we're not going to need the fixture ID. And our order course fixture ID needs to be changed to the fixture date. After the date, we're going to sort by fixture time. And then home team name. So this is basically the information that we're going to display on our results page. Like our fixtures page, it's going to be broken up into the actual dates of each fixture. And then we're going to list the table which details the home team and the away team and the score for each team. So we can go ahead and save this as a view called results, which we're then going to be able to access through our PHP interface. So if we come across to NetBeans now, I've gone ahead and opened up the fixtures model as well as the results model, the fixtures controller as well as the results controller, and the fixtures view as well as the results view. And this is because a lot of what we're going to do now is going to be almost identical to what we did in the previous video with the fixtures model. And so I'm going to actually copy and paste a lot of the code across. So the first thing that we're going to do is create our data. So I'm going to copy the code across from our fixtures model, and we're going to just amend this so that it will actually return the information that we wanted to. So the first thing that we're going to do is change this first select so that it will return the fixture date from the results view. We're then going to amend this select statement here so that it will actually return the information that we want. So we also want the home team name, the away team name, and the fixture time. We don't want the referee name anymore, but we do want the fixture date, and we do want that to be formatted in the correct format. We do, however, also want the home score and the away score. and we want to select that from the results table. And again, we want to leave this fixture section intact because we want to basically display multiple sections, one for each week's results. So in our fixtures controller, we assign this data across to our fixtures view. And we're basically going to do the exact same thing for our fixtures, for our results. So we're going to assign this view fixture data to the model's get fixture data method. In our view, we're going to basically copy and paste everything from our fixtures view because we never actually made a template for our results page. So I'm going to change this to results, and we will create a new element called stretch result. Everything else in this file can more or less stay the same. So if we go ahead and create a new folder in our elements folder now, called stretch result, and then we can basically copy and paste the code from our stretch fixture across to our new stretch result file. We'll rename this as well. So the main information that we're going to change here is the titles for each of these sections. We're going to have the home, and then we're going to have the home score. We're then going to have another score section, this time for the away team. And we'll delete this information for the kickoff and the referee. So I'll just duplicate this line again, change home team name to home score, and the same here, change away team name to away score, and delete these last two lines. So if we go ahead and go across to our results page now, we do have a couple of errors that we need to resolve. If we look at our model here, you can see that we've used home score and away score. If we look at our database, however, we called this home goals for and away goals for. So I'll just change these across. Which means that we're also going to need to change this in our actual model, or rather our actual element. And so if we refresh our page again, we're going to get this error, and we've obviously forgot to change this here to also match up. So if we refresh our page again, it's going to display all of our fixtures correctly for us. We don't actually want these to be links, but we do want the team names to be links, so we'll go back and change that now. Now we can also do some refactoring. At the moment we have these fixtures referred to within our element, but we're actually using the results now. So I'll go ahead and just refactor this across. And we're going to change the F to R. We also need to change this section to results. Everything should be still working. Now we've also referred to fixture data here, so we can change this to results data. And we need to do this in each section. This should hopefully still work perfectly. But by actually keeping our variables, etc. all relevant to each individual entity, we're not going to confuse anyone who has to maintain this code in the future. Now there's one final thing that we're going to do differently with our results page, which is we're going to change this from being in ascending order by date into descending order. Because obviously anyone who comes to visit the sites to see the results is going to want the latest results first. They're not going to be as interested in historic results. So to do that, we're just going to select this first date result and order by fixture date desk. Now we've also got a lot of empty rows in our table as well. So if you can see here, we've got a lot of unplayed games. We can resolve this by adding in a where clause. Fixture date is less than the current date. And we have to add 0 to make sure that it's in the correct format. So if we refresh this again, you can see that we only have fixtures in the past. As you can see, we're beginning to pick up pace with our custom elements now, and so we're going to start getting through them a lot more quickly. In the next section we're going to be looking at the player page, which will include listing all of the players based on the number of goals they've scored. So make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss out. And finally, we also need to change the folder that this file is in, so that it actually links up correctly. And so now we have our output results. As you can see, we have our people who have scored more goals at the top, going down to people who have scored less.